This is one of the craziest, coolest things I have seen in a very long time. This is the X-Shot Chaos Orbit. Maybe not the best name ever, but it is really freaking cool. Obviously by Zuru Toys, they sent this to me free of charge as part of their X-Shot League package, and I gotta say I'm really excited for this one, because if the Liberator from Dart Zone or Venture Force was kind of like your Remington or your Mossberg, this is your KSG. This thing loads in a completely weird way, and it fires one round at a time, even though it's got kind of a futuristic shotgun vibe going on. It does have an internal magazine of 14, and I picked the KSG because the KSG kind of loads kind of like that, and it also has a 14 round capacity, at least in Black Ops 2, and I love Black Ops 2, so hey, it's the KSG. It uses their own kind of rival system they've got right there, and probably the coolest part about this one is you would expect, like, how much would you expect to pay for this? Well, I was expecting like 25, 30 bucks, right? It's $20, which is a sticker shock price for something that looks this cool. And it says it hits 100 FPS, up to 30 meters per second, and it comes with 24 rounds, even though the magazine only holds 14. On the back of the box, we've got the Chaos and this well-weathered art on the back of it, which looks freaking cool. Shows you that you load the rounds in through the buttstock. It comes with a decal sheet, which is really important. I'm sure you've noticed how good this thing looks on the other side of the package, because it has all these decals to kind of break things up from the molded plastic. That is ingenious, and every single blaster ever made should come with that. It doesn't cost them very much money, and it would make things so much better and so much more customizable. I really appreciate Zuru going that direction, and it advertises the Meteor on the back of it. And it's pump action. Did I mention that? It is totally pump action. Not a lot of words, but a lot of pictures. And if you think I'm gonna open this, you are absolutely freaking insane, because while the box is a little scuffed up and messed up in places, I don't think if you noticed, but it says Walcom S7 on the bottom of it. Has there ever been a more perfect box of a blaster that has ever existed? It is a shotgun-like thing that has my freaking name on the bottom of it. Holy crowly moly dole, I need to put this thing in like a safety deposit box. This is one of the most important things I have in my inventory now. Yeah, it's a little messed up of a box, but that's how you know it's legit for the X-Shot League. Oh, well, good thing is I don't have to open this one. I have another one. Boom. Yeah, this one does not say Walcom on it, although it is the same exact blaster. I should note that the decals they put on it out of the factory are not exactly perfect. They're not bad, but they really aren't that good. Hopefully there is actually a decal sheet in here. And yes, there is a sight. It's gonna be really hard to see, and it honestly doesn't look that much better in real life, but there is kind of a sight with a plastic reticle metal molded into it, which is cool as heck. So let's get this thing out of the box, because a lot of tactical fans are gonna really like this one. It does some cool stuff. Holy crap, I just cut myself. Make it a little bit harder to pull apart, won't ya? This one we actually got some instructions that show what the heck's going on. And right here we've got our decal sheet, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for including this. It's got lots of little things that you can put on the blaster, including little random warning symbols. This is so important. Every single blaster should come with something like this. All of them. It doesn't cost that much more money, and it would help so much in making not only normal blasters that people buy look better, but it would also really help modders. This is incredible. Zuru, well done. Every single company should be copying you, and you better not stop doing this, because this is genius. Going on to the blaster, it's got a pretty big, nice, it's not too thick, not too thin grip, which is really cool. It's got a sling attachment point right there. It's got a crossbar safety right there, which will lock the trigger in place. It's got lots of things that you can't tell exactly what they are. Like this, I don't know what that does. I might actually have to read the instructions, because I have no clue right now what this does other than look cool. This is your magazine follower. This is your follower release. It is ambidextrous, which is cool. Again, it's got a sight that you can look through right there, which is a nice addition to it. And it's got a access door right there and a nice big grippy pump. This thing is well designed. It is a bit on the thin side. There's like some carbon fiber plastic up here, but it does flex. It is not super sturdy, but it still feels really good in the hand. I can't, again, for $20 for this much plastic, it's really hard to complain. But how exactly does this thing work? Well, you're going to pull back. That was interesting. You're gonna pull back the follower, you're gonna take some of your rounds. Again, the internal magazine will hold 14 and it comes with 24, so you got a couple of extra. And as you can kind of see in there, there's a little finger, and you just kind of load the round in there, pass that finger, and they'll drop in. You load 14 of them. Oh, it'll definitely hold 15 if you want it to. Yeah, no problem at all. It'll hold 15, but make sure you release the follower because that's what's going to push the rounds into your chamber. And if we open this up, we can actually watch a round get loaded. So I'm gonna prime it back. You can see a round kind of pops in, and then when I push it forward, it closes the breech over the round. And it does say this thing hits 100 FPS, so let's see exactly how true that is. Well, it says 61. I'm not quite certain what's going on there. We'll have to see how it does in the outdoor test, but it is firing when I fire it across the garage really straight, which is good, and it is very comfortable in the hand. But I think the coolest part is, of course, people are really going to like the fact that you can slam it back like that and then release the whole follower, which looks cool. And the entire blaster is really nice. A lot of you will want a stock. This doesn't really give you one. I mean, you can kinda, not really, no. That might be one of the biggest cons against it. I'm not gonna complain too much about that, but yeah, it would be kinda nice if you could put a little bit more of a stock on it without interrupting the overall flow of the blaster. Can I slam fire it? No! If I pull, there's some kind of stop to prevent you from doing that. Well, we're gonna have to take it outside and see exactly what it can do. $77, 71.8, 74.7, 107, 107.5, 104. All right, I think I've come to my conclusion. It's weird that even though this thing hits pretty light for a rival-esque blaster, it still performed really good. This one obviously has some kind of issue. I'm glad they sent me more than one, and I'm glad they sent me two that I have out of the box, because let's face it, the third one isn't being taken out of the box, and you'll see the video on the other one very soon. But even with it only hitting about 70-something FPS, I gotta say it was rather impressive. And to be perfectly honest, this is definitely a blaster I don't think many of you are going to want to ignore. Performance is definitely there. Even then, the design of this blaster is fantastic. It is legitimately, I mean, this is completely subjective, but one of the best blasters, at least cosmetically, that I have ever seen. And the function of it, with it kind of having that, if you really wanted that real steel kind of pullback like that, and of course a 14 or 15 round internal magazine, with pump action that is buttery smooth. There is some ratcheting, but it is very smooth. I can't sing this thing's praises enough, especially for a $20 price tag. Zuru really knocked it out of the park with these things. Even their rival rounds, their X-Shot ball things, whatever they want to call them, these are not bad. They're not anything better or worse, I would say, than normal rival or whatever Dart Zone calls their stuff. I keep forgetting. But they're not bad at all. I'd say it's awesome. And the fact that it comes with the decals, which is amazingly cool, makes it even better. I'm giving it a gold medal. I really do think this is a good blaster. It looks cool, functions well enough. Again, this one's kind of a lemon, but I do have one that isn't a lemon, so kind of hard to say anything about that. This is a solid blaster. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below, because at the end of the day, that is the most important question. Other than that, thank you so very much for watching this video. I am, of course, Walcom S7, and I do hope to see you in an entirely different video.
You gotta up,